right, everyone, it has been an entire week. We've heard what the mainstream media has to say. We've heard what the Las Vegas sheriff has to say. We've heard what everybody's been trying to report and all the different theories and thoughts based on the Las Vegas shooting and Stephen Paddock. But here at Break the Chains News and Info, we're going to make sure you cut through all the stuff you've already heard before, and we're going to give you something new that maybe you haven't heard before, and hopefully it brings a little bit new insight into the whole discussion of the Las Vegas massacre and the devastation that happened on the Las Vegas Strip 1 week ago. So let's jump right into it. This is Break the Chains News and Info, and I'm your host, Corey. All right, first things first, and I got to get it off my chest. Within 12 hours after the massacre, you had major politicians and political figures already calling for gun legislation and gun control. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not about either of those things. It's about violence control and crime control. Because this man had an intent for murder. This man had an intent to kill. And guess what? Murder is illegal. He still wanted to do it anyways. So it doesn't matter what kind of laws. They're already going to break them. So let's get that out of the way. That said and done, I think this guy had a mind control problem. He had a psychotropic problem. He had mental illnesses, okay? Sure, all of these issues could have been naturally occurring. However, I believe that there is a lot more at play here. And certain secret government programs come to mind, such as the CIA-run MKUltra or the trauma-based Monarch Project, both of which were started by Dr. Joseph Mengele, which was a Nazi scientist who came over during Operation Paperclip. Both of these secret government projects produce mind-controlled individuals who later become sleeper agents, who are individuals that are programmed to go into action at a later date based on a properly triggered sound phrase, catchphrase, or slogan that will then engage them in a violent or destructive behavior. It's quite possible that prescription drugs could have easily been masking a programmed, mind-controlled individual. Stephen Paddock was prescribed diazepam, or more commonly known as Valium, a prescription drug used to treat mental illnesses. Now, he's just one of the most recent people in a long, long list of active shooters who have been on psychiatric, psychotropic drugs to treat mental illnesses. You have James Holmes, you have Adam Lanza, you have Eric Harris, you have a multitude of other people that have been on psychotropic drugs and have gone out and acted violently. Some side effects of psychotropic drug uses are depression, anxiety, hostility, aggression, suicidal thoughts. These drugs have a major factor in how these people have reacted and how these people have caused so much harm and violence. Why isn't the media reporting about this, you ask? Well, it just so happens that out of 9 major news corporations, all of them share at least one board member with at least one pharmaceutical company. And pharmaceutical companies make over $5 billion a year on advertising on major news outlets. So, I think that sounds like a little bit of a conflict of interest. Speaking of a conflict of interest, let me break this down for you real quick, all right? So, the Mandalay Bay Hotel is owned by the MGM Resorts International. The CEO of said company is a guy named Jim Murren. Now, back in 2012, he was actually appointed by Obama to the National Infrastructure Advisory Council. Now, this council is tasked with providing the president with advice on the security of critical infrastructure sectors and their information systems. So, what does that mean? That means more cameras, heightened security, more scrutiny, possibly more body scanners, more invasive procedures to keep security high. Basically saying, more Big Brother. Here's something else I found about Jim Murren. A USA Today article dated August 2016, and in here it states, "I'm a lifelong Republican and have never made a public endorsement, but this was an easy call. I'm crossing the aisle to back Clinton." Now, it's funny because you've already been working with Obama and the Security Council since 2012. So all you're doing is publicly stating that you're working for the political agenda, and you're just going to further Obama, same policies, same tactics, same strategies, and you continue forward with the Clinton campaign. So you have Jim Murren, CEO of MGM Resorts International, owner of the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino, where the shooter was positioned, openly pushing for a left-wing security and political agenda. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I think that's really strange. Another person of interest regarding the whole Las Vegas shooting incident is this guy named Michael Chertoff, and I'm sure some of you recognize that name because he's been involved with politics for a very long time. In 1993, he was appointed the lead prosecutor of the World Trade Center bombing. In 1995, he was appointed special counsel for the Clinton Whitewater scandal. And in 2001, after 9/11, he was appointed the head of the Department of Homeland Security. And Chertoff was actually one of the authors of the Patriot Act, which is very convenient for this whole security protocol, this whole building up of a big brother police state, okay? And after the underwear bomber, Chertoff actually recommended to use new body scanners at airports, while at the same time his lobbying firm, the Chertoff Group, which was founded in 2009, represented these manufacturers of the body scanners. So, conflict of interest again. Chertoff made millions of dollars from implementing a body scanner technology at all airports across the country. So, with that being said, with all that information in front of us, where does the Las Vegas shooting sit? Okay, I see this. The Las Vegas shooting is a direct assault on our securities yet again, on our freedoms yet again. So now you're going to see more push, more lobbying, and more installments of body scanners in hotels, body scanners in malls, department stores, you name it. They're going to start putting these things everywhere. Not just body scanners, but more cameras, more scrutiny, more security, more stop and frisk moments, more military-style search and seizures, okay? So this is just the beginning. And I think by 2020, we are going to really see it apparently obvious in our day-to-day lives. The Las Vegas shooting was an attack on all aspects of America. Stephen Paddock was a sick, mentally ill, deranged psychopath who is most likely an MK Ultra plant or a sleeper agent used by our shadow government to further this political agenda. In the wake of this, all we're going to see is more government control, more government surveillance, more security, less freedoms, and less sovereignty. We're moving into a Big Brother Orwellian-style police state, and this is a big push to get us there. Now, what are we going to do? Do we want to listen to mainstream media and do we want to listen to the lies and propaganda that they continue to push? Or are we going to try to connect the dots and be critical thinkers and think logically? Because what they want is to divide and disarm the American people. Dividing and disarming us is the only way they can control us. So with that being said, please like, subscribe, share, follow. I'll be posting a lot more videos. I'll be posting a lot more information. And I know there's still a lot more information out there to digest. But this is just a little piece that I hope you got something out of. My name's Corey. This is Break the Chains News and Info, coming to you real.